Hi everyone, this is Umair Usman, the cognitive consultant. I help people manage their weight, their anxiety, and improve their performance. And today, I'm going to talk about stress inoculation training. This is a concept that I came across while reading about psychological first aid, used to treat individuals and groups of individuals going through extreme PTSD. These are the kind of people who have just come through a natural disaster, extreme abuse, and so on. However, the tools over here in stress inoculation training are very much applicable to anyone who's going through a stressful period in their life. Not only stressful period, but also people who have stressful jobs, stressful environments. For example, people in the military, people in emergencies, in hospitals, people who are surrounded by a lot of pain, suffering, stressful situations. All of these people can use these tools, mix and match these tools, and get climatized to that kind of environment, beat stress, manage stress, and improve their performance, improve their health, wellness. But of course, it must be remembered that a lot of these tools are to be implemented with a therapist or a coach. So you have somebody who holds you accountable, who helps you walk through these processes. However, I think it's important if I put these tools out there and people who need them can go and read up about them. Because even if you use these tools in any small capacity, you can still gain benefits. So first is muscle relaxation. Of course, if you have a masseuse and you go for massages, that is the best. A lot of people don't have access to massages unless you're a celebrity or a CEO. So every day what you can do is you can do muscle relaxation, progressive muscle relaxation, which is essentially deep breathing, but with you tightening your muscles and letting them go slowly throughout the body. You can go and read up about it. It's a very simple process, but doing this throughout the day, every day, will truly help your body relax and truly help your mind relax as well. Because our muscles tense up when we're stressed, and this will help us unwind our body from time to time. The other one is, of course, the most basic breath control. Breath control is not just deep breaths, but being conscious and mindful of your breaths. So a good example of breath control can be breathing in on the count of 3 and breathing out on the count of 6. Here you are consciously, mindfully controlling how long your in-breath is and how long your out-breath is. And this is one of the very basics of mindful meditation. Not only does it help you focus your mind on the breath and not on your problem, but breathing deeply is even for a small period of time throughout the day, truly helps your body relax. And of course, once your body relaxes, so does your mind. Third is being assertive. Now, what do I mean by being assertive? Being assertive does not mean being cocky or being rude. Being assertive simply means knowing your rights. You should know that it is your right to speak up. It is your right to ask for a raise. It is your right to be in the atmosphere that you want to be in. It is your right to make friends with only certain people. Know your rights and act upon those rights. Basically, that is assertiveness. And of course, that requires training as well. It's one of the most famous or most popular applications of psychological tools to develop this assertiveness, especially in the workplace. Then thought stopping and positive thinking. This is something that I've aligned together because thought stopping is essentially training yourself to recognize what kind of thoughts you're having. For example, a lot of people have a habit of only looking at a problem as black or white, only thinking in extreme terms. So they will look at a situation and think it is either good or bad, when in reality, life is never just good or bad. There are all shades of grays. So you recognize what you're thinking. Is you're thinking too black or too white? Is it too extreme? And if you do so, then you can stop yourself and then convert it to more positive thinking. Or you can stop yourself from just thinking in one direction, negative thinking. For example, if there's an uncertainty in an action, in a behavior, uncertainty of outcome, you might only be thinking that this will lead to a negative outcome. But uncertainty means negative or positive. So you stop yourself and you catch yourself thinking negatively, then you change that to positive thinking. And this requires practice over time until it becomes automatic. Then, of course, self-talk, which for me is one of the most basic, most fundamental tools that you can use even with hypnosis. Self-talk, having a phrase, having an affirmation, or even simply having a dialogue with yourself is very, very extremely powerful. And you can do this whenever you want. You can do this throughout the day, all the time. It is one of the most fundamental tools that I tell my clients to use. Self-talk, talking to yourself, having a dialogue with yourself, or simply having a phrase or an affirmation to remind yourself of something is very, very powerful. The last I'm going to discuss is problem-focused coping. What do I mean by that? When you are in a situation, then instead of just looking at the cognitive aspect or the behavioral aspect, you look at the problem-solving aspect. Okay, so you have a problem. What solutions do you have? What options do you have in choosing the right option between those to come up with a way where you can actually just solve the problem rather than how you react to it. So you're not thinking about it cognitively or behaviorally, you're thinking about how to get rid of the problem basically. And problem solving is also a skill, a very important skill. And instilling that will also help people manage their stress, because sometimes that is what it requires, managing or solving the problem. So that's it. I've discussed a few tools that you can start applying even in your own life whenever you want, and start managing your stress levels, start managing your problems, issues, anxieties by yourself. And you don't have to apply all these correctly or in a certain order, but even applying them to a small degree will certainly help you. Applying them to a certain degree consistently will definitely help you. This was Umair Usman, the Cognitive Consultant, and I will see you next time.